Today I will introduce you to one of the most intriguing pashas in Ottoman history. On March 26, 1797, a baby was born in the mansion of the Albanian Bushati family, who ruled the Pashalik of Shkodra in the Ottoman Empire from 1757 to 1831. The first cries echoing through the stone walls of the mansion belonged to Mustafa, the son of Mehmed Asaf Pasha, the last representative of the dynasty. His fate was sealed from infancy. Governance was in his blood, and the state was in his mind. Years passed quickly. Mustafa was educated under his father's supervision. However, life presented him with an early test. His father passed away in 1809, followed by his uncle Ibrahim Pasha in 1810. The governorship of Shkodra was left vacant. At just 13 years old, Mustafa Pasha had to shoulder his family's legacy. Despite his young age, the Sultan granted him the rank of Beylerbey and entrusted him with the administration of the Sanjak of Shkodra. But state affairs were not child's play. Uprisings, bandit raids, and territorial struggles were everywhere. Mustafa Pasha grew stronger. By 1812, when he was promoted to vizier, he was one of the youngest pashas in Rumelia. The Ottoman Empire assigned him to suppress the rebellion of Ali Pasha of Teplana. Due to his successes, he was also given the governorships of Ohrid and Elbasan. He cleansed the region of Ali Pasha's men and restored Ottoman order. But danger was not only internal. In 1828, the Ottoman-Russian War broke out. As the Saraskar of the Edirne front, he fought against the Russian forces that had occupied Vidin and Rahova. He battled not only with his sword, but also with his intellect. He earned the favor of Sultan Mahmud II. However, the Ottomans suffered heavy losses in this war. Meanwhile, a major transformation was taking place within the state. The old order was being dismantled, and a centralized army was being established. Those like Mustafa Pasha, who defended the old system, became seen as threats to the new order. Bushati formed close ties with the Bosnians, Mehmed Ali Pasha of Kavala, and the Serbian and Montenegrin princes. When his governorships of Ohrid, Elbasan, and Dukagjin were taken from him, and he seized the cities of Niš, Skopje, and Sofia with strong local support in Shkodra. As his uncle, Vizier Kara Mahmud Pasha, once had, he was declared a rebel. Bushati's power had grown enough to alarm the Ottoman administration. His enemies were not just opposing armies, but also the Ottoman Grand Vizier Mehmed Rashid Pasha himself. In 1831, the Ottoman army marched against Bushati. He was defeated in the Babuna Mountains near present-day Prilep, North Macedonia. He took refuge in the fortress of Shkodra, but when it was besieged, he realized resistance was futile and surrendered. Once a warrior for the Ottomans, he now had to submit to them. He was sent to Istanbul, his dynasty was dismantled, and his wealth was confiscated. But it was not over yet. In Istanbul, he was given a mansion in Suleymaniye. Over the years, Mustafa Pasha became remembered not as a forgotten name, but as an experienced statesman. He was called back to duty, serving as governor in Bolu, Kastamonu, Adana, Marash, and Konya. In 1853, he was appointed governor of Herzegovina and settled in Mostar. What he had failed to achieve in Shkodra, he succeeded in here. Instead of opposing the state, he worked alongside it. He established schools, developed agriculture, and founded charitable institutions. His final post was in the holy city of Medina. However, he was now weary. On May 27, 1860, he took his last breath in Medina. With his death, the rule of the Bushati family ended, but his name was not erased. Years later, the properties confiscated by the state were returned to his family. His sons went on to serve in important roles within the Ottoman administration. Was Mustafa Pasha of Shkodra a rebel or a loyal Ottoman Pasha? History is sometimes painted in shades of gray, but one thing was certain. He was not just a Pasha, he was the embodiment of an era, and his name would continue to echo through the stone walls of Shkodra for generations. Subscribe to learn about the important events and figures that shaped Albanian history. Turn on notifications so you don't miss new videos. Don't forget to like and leave a comment. Your thoughts matter to us.